Hi, Jeff Munn, Creating Extraordinary Futures, and for this week's video, I want to ask the question, how are you creating yourself? And there's a fundamental truth in that I want to explore with you, which is that whatever you think of as your identity is something that you've made up. Now, most of us have made it up innocently. Most of us are unconscious that we treat this idea of a self as the idea of an identity as something that is solid, that is unchangeable. And then we live within the prison of that. You are just a bunch of habits. And a lot of those habits were innocently formed in childhood. And they can be changed. I was just working with a client who has been exploring this for himself, his relationship with conflict, his relationship with avoiding that conflict, and it's stuff that I can absolutely resonate with too. This feeling that I get when certain people in my life show up in certain ways. It's like a constriction. It's like a collapse. And I have to remind myself that it's not real, that it's a physical habit that I developed in childhood that was designed to protect me and keep me safe, and that now it no longer serves me, and that just by expanding physically, just by opening up physically, I can get out of that mindset of collapse and hiding and safety and actually request, actually declare. And this is something that I wouldn't have believed even a few years ago, that it's possible for me. I thought I was made in a way that was conflict avoidant. I thought I was conflict avoidant. I thought I was an introvert. And as I explore that, and as I've seen that, and as I've experimented with that, I've just discovered a lot more is possible for me, that I can show up differently, that I can choose how I show up. And it's that choice, the availability of that choice, that I would love for you to explore. So you may want to think about this. You may want to journal. I love the idea of journaling, especially when it comes to discovering our own habitual thinking, because when you start writing these things out, you're like, oh, I already wrote that. Oh, I already wrote that. Oh, that's really similar to what I already wrote. And it becomes really apparent how much of your own thinking is just repetitive thinking that is propping up some idea of a characteristic that you have that is solid, instead of just being a habit of thinking that. So explore journaling, write a few things down, see the patterns, see the habits, and begin to think about, wow, if I'm not actually this, who am I? Who could I be? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.